Well, hello there, and welcome to the second edition of the Zen Book Nook. I'm your host, Jason, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Pearl by John Steinbeck. It was first published in 1948, and it's about 300 pages, depending on the format you're reading it in, whether that's Kindle, paperback, hardback, and its genre is social fiction. For those of you that are new here, I review books from a multitude of different genres, whether that's the classics, horror, fantasy, factual, and I accompany each review with multiple and unique AI generated images in addition to my own artwork. What I'm trying to do is visualize the countless interpretations we may perceive the characters or the stories within our mind's eye. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy my interpretation of The Pearl. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it for you.
So The Pearl is set in the coastal town of La Paz, located in Baja, California. Kino, our protagonist, is a destitute pearl fisherman who resides with his wife, Juana, and their infant son, Coyitito. One fateful day, Kino spots a scorpion descending on a rope that holds up the baby's crib. In a desperate attempt to protect their child, he tries to remove the scorpion with his bare hands, but a sudden movement by the baby causes the scorpion to fall into the crib and to sting him. Panicked and fearing for their child's life, Kino and Juana rush to the local doctor for help. However, they are met with discrimination and dismissal due to their poverty and the doctor's biases against the Merry Indians. Sadly, with no medical assistance available, Juana has to apply a homemade ointment made from seaweed to the wound. Desperate to secure funds for Coyitito's treatment, Kino sets out to dive for oysters in his small canoe, hoping to find a valuable pearl that would be able to cover the expenses. His efforts are rewarded when he discovers an extraordinary pearl of immense value, which he names the Pearl of the World. Word of his discovery quickly spreads, leading to envy and resentment among the neighbors. Unaware of the growing resentment, Kino dreams of selling the pearl to produce a better life for his family. When the doctor finally visits to treat Coyitito, as he's heard that Kino has discovered this pearl and he's hoping to at least get some of the money from it, Kino promises to pay him from the proceeds.
I found myself becoming really frustrated with Kino's reluctance to sell the pearl for what he was offered. Sadly, he was limited by his station in life, but also his greed for more money illustrates the theme of greed throughout the book, in my opinion, as well as other characters, especially the pearl buyers who were trying to outsmart the sellers by pretending that they were in competition when in reality they were all together in cahoots.
Unfortunately for Kino, the situation takes a sinister turn when a thief attempts to break into his home one night. Despite Juana's warning that the pearl will bring destruction, Kino remains determined to secure a brighter future for his family. He decides to sell the pearl, but is met with deceitful buyers who conspire to offer a meager price. Anger and convinced of the pearl's true worth, Kino resolves to take it to the capital. As Kino and his family embark on their journey, they encounter more thieves who threaten their safety. Ignoring Juana's pleas to rid themselves of the pearl, Kino resorts to violence and self-defense and flees with Juana and Coyitito. Their home is now ransacked, burnt to the ground, and their canoe which they earn their living is damaged beyond repair. Kino flees with his family in secrecy. However, they are pursued by a trio of dangerous men, intent on stealing the pearl and eliminating the family. Kino leads Juana into the mountains to avoid being tracked. They hide in a cave, but their pursuers set up camp nearby. In a desperate attempt to protect his family, Kino decides to confront the trackers. Tragedy strikes when a gunshot meant for a coyote pup takes the life of little Koitito, and in a fit of rage, Kino kills all 3 of the attackers. Devastated by the loss of their son, Kino and Juana return to La Paz. One final glance at the cursed pearl reveals a reflection of their misfortunes, and Kino hurls it into the unforgiving ocean.
And thus ends our trip to the Pearl by John Steinbeck, a wonderful little book that portrays the harsh realities of the poor fishing community in Baja California and their daily struggle to survive. Kino and his family are faced with a life of poverty and a struggle to find resources and food. The Pearl offers them an opportunity to be able to escape from that reality, but sadly, their stations in life prevent them from doing so. Steinbeck touches on many themes throughout the book, such as greed and survival, which I've already mentioned, but the themes of family unity, love and bond is pretty dominant throughout, in my opinion. Despite the hardships that they face, Kino and his family's love for each other is prevalent, and Kino and Juana's decisions and actions are determined and driven by that love for their son and for each other, even though they are against all the odds. Steinbeck also addresses issues of social prejudice, marginalization, and Kino faces these on a daily basis because of his heritage. Dare say it happens today in this society because people are born into stations where they don't have money to be able to elevate themselves out of it, and so are prevented from achieving certain careers or avenues of prosperity, back then as now. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed my interpretation of the Pearl. Please like and subscribe to this video and leave your comments below. I would love to know what you thought of it. If you were in Kino's shoes or Juana's shoes, would you have done the same? I know I certainly would have. I'm going to leave you with my favourite quote from the book now, so long.
We do know that we are cheated from birth to the overcharge on our coffins, but we survive. You have defied not just the pearl buyers, but the whole structure, the whole way of life, and I am afraid for you.